One, I wanted to touch base and say hello to family and friends on my soul care page and just connect. What a couple of weeks we have been going through. So remember the day I landed coming home from Ecuador. Family all came and surprised and met me. That was almost 4 weeks ago. And in the last 3 weeks, everything has changed. I had hardly time to unpack emotionally, physically, all of it. The idea of the trip that we were just on to this pandemic that's happening. And I wanted to just share a little bit of my experience this last week, what has happened in my mind and my soul. And it didn't really just start till like this past weekend. We had church on Sunday, and then Monday, everything changed. As the whole world is in the same space, we can't meet anymore. We can't connect and the way we used to. This whole idea of social distancing and keeping ourselves at home is so important and vital for us to understand and listen to for the well-being of the whole world. But social distancing is such a harsh word. Like for someone that's an extrovert, for someone that's sensitive, for someone that needs people, that needs that connection. I need like a daily connection with people, my people. And all of a sudden that's out of reach, it's out of grasp. It's everyone is in different spaces and I read somewhere that the word social distancing really should be changed to physical distancing. And I like that idea better. We physically can't be together, but I feel like we still socially need more than ever to reach out, to connect emotionally, spiritually. I love what I'm seeing all over social media. All of a sudden, we become all these experts on how to do this, on how to like set up videos. And I'll be honest, the phone dropped twice, and I had to redo this 2 times before I could even get myself set up. So definitely not an expert, but all of a sudden, all of us needs to learn how to connect, communicate. Yesterday, I had my first kind of connection with my discipleship class, my senior high students, and we did it on Zoom, and we got it figured out, and we're all on there. Well, not all, some couldn't connect, but we all need to learn now this new way of communicating so we don't lose that connection, because we were made to connect. We were made spiritually to just connect and be together in relationship. It's so important. We can't lose that. And I see it all over social media, how we're all finding different ways to stay connected. And I think that is just fantastic. And I want to encourage that. Now more than ever, our mental health is going to be so at risk as we are asked to isolate, as we're asked to distance ourselves from each other. We need to find ways to stay healthy. We need to find ways to stay healthy within our homes safely. And for me, this week has been really hard. Like probably the first 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, things shut down and collapsed in a sense of, church got suspended, schools were shut down, stores are being shut down. All these things are being limited as to us to be able to reach out and go to our regular places. It's like anything else. When something's taken away, like anxiety sets in. Like, what do you mean I can't go there? I don't necessarily need it, but I need to go to that store. But, all these thoughts kind of trickle in. And I really think we need to really, really work hard at how healthy we can stay in this time of isolation, really, in this time of isolation. So I want to encourage us with a couple of things. I want us to be honest. As much as I'm seeing so many great things on social media, I think we need to be honest too. If things are hard, I think you need to be honest with yourselves. You're having a bad day, you're having a bad moment. I had that, I think, Wednesday, when I was watching this worship session happening, or the song, and there's thousands of people together, and I just broke down. When will we be together again? And we will, but it was just my moment of this realization that this is big and we need to all take part in trying to get us back to a healthy world. And it was just this loss. And that's the one thing I want to share with you. I think it's okay that we name the loss that we feel. Like, that a lot of things have been canceled. A lot of things are not happening at the moment. And I think it's okay that we're sad about it, as long as we don't stay there. I think I was reading somewhere on an article that I think it's really healthy for us to do, and I want to encourage us to do that. Write a list of all the losses, and then write a list of gratitude. Write a list of things that are good that are happening. So yeah, maybe graduation is uncertain, but what good is happening right now? Like what good can you maybe not see from that, but what else is good happening? So like making lists out to help you process things. Another important thing that I think we need to do is really just be honest where we're at mentally in our mental health state. Are we feeling down? Are we feeling a bit lonely? Are we feeling sad? And that's okay, but at the same time, don't be there alone. We may not be able to go visit, or you may not be able to go see someone, but you can pick up that phone. You can text someone, and you can be vulnerable. Find a person that you can reach out to and say, I'm having a really hard day with this. I know this will get better, but right now, right this moment, I'm feeling really trapped, or whatever the feeling is. And reach out to someone, have someone to talk to. There's a lot of online therapists that are available and you can plug into. A lot of churches, pastors are putting out their phone numbers. There's a lot of space that you can find that's safe and healthy, that you can share your feelings. No one needs to feel isolated and alone during this time. Anxiety will heighten right now. Anxiety is very heightened. People are panicking. There's so much information on the website. There's so much information on the media out there. You can be glued to your phone or screen 24/7 and read all this stories and all these things that are happening in the world, and your anxiety will just skyrocket. I would really strongly suggest limiting your time with the information. It is important to know what we need to do and be informed, but it's not going to help us to read every story of every country that is things that are happening. It'll bring us down. It'll drain us. So I just, encourage, limit your time. I know I had to do that. I was obsessed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, reading things and trying to get information and not knowing, what's true and what's not true. And that's the other thing. Find a source that's true. Find reliable sources that you can read and get information from. So I had to limit that. I had to stop reading it before bed. I was having nightmares and panic attacks. So these things are real. And for someone that, I need to reach out and walk along other side people, I need to make sure I'm healthy. I need to make sure so I needed to just stop that and not be so obsessed of what's happening out there. Some other things that I want to encourage you to do during this time is things that I have found helpful. As I'm being honest with myself, and as I'm finding it a bit difficult with all this news and change and transition and loss and uncertainty, I'm just being honest. Some of the things that I'm helping me is I'm just having like either a candle burning or having some oils burning. It's not the only reason that's happening is I love the aroma and it calms me down a little bit. The other thing too is for the few days, like I wasn't even getting dressed. I was still in my pajamas, and I know it's kind of a funny thing going around, but I needed to smarten up and I needed to get up and have a shower, get my kids ready, feed them, and just start some kind of structure in my day. I feel better when I'm dressed. I feel better when I have my jewelry on. I feel better when I have my makeup on, all of that. So I'm doing that and I feel much better emotionally. Journaling, that's the one thing. Journal, if you have time. I have this great new journal that I bought when I was in Ecuador from the art museum that I went to visit, the Oswaldo Gassaiman art museum, and I just love it. And I'm starting to journal and just starting to reflect of the season of that I'm walking through. The other thing that I feel is important to some physical exercise. I'm doing yoga. Just, there's tons of free stuff all over the place. And I'm doing it with my children. It's a complete gong show and everyone's like on top of each other. And, but we're having fun and we're stretching. Going outside. It's beautiful out. It's a little chilly today, but it's beautiful and sunny out. So just going out and getting some fresh air, spending time in the backyard, putting our fire on, just trying to get out of the house really, really helps. The other things too, reading. I mean, you have a bit more time to read now. So I've got a couple of books I'll grab here that I'm Riding the Dragon. It's 10 lessons for inner strength in challenging times. Kind of appropriate. I bought it a while ago. And I've been wanting to read this forever, like the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. It'll keep me busy for a while. The other thing, too, so those things are important. Connecting with people, even once a day, find someone to phone, check in on them, even if just to check in, text someone, how's it going? What are you doing? What's happening right now? I see a lot of people are having fun live concerts. We plugged into a live concert last night. It was out of Regina. We just put it on our TV and sat and listened to the music. It was kind of fun. Lots of opportunities to have live parties together, watch parties, lots of opportunity. The other thing too, spending time with God. When I was in my fearful moment, like the beginning of the week, I didn't forget God. God is in the details. He's present. He's in control. But I let my fears, my anxiety, the fact that I was trying to control things take over. So I had to step back and I had to just confess and just give it all to God. Like give him my fears, give him my anxiety, give him my present state of emotions, and give him everything, and allow him to take over. Allow him to his word to penetrate through me, spending more time in worship, music, reading the Bible. There's tons of online sermons. All of a sudden we all are doing that. Tomorrow, our church, Northway Covenant Church, and many other churches across Canada and the world, all online tomorrow. So plug into the Word of God, plug into some good news. God is present. He is here. He loves us. Just even saying that, I become more peaceful. I become more centered in him. These are really uncertain times. But the one certain thing I know is God loves me. He's in control. He's not going to leave us. He is in the details. I'm trying so hard to figure out all these details in the next few months of my life that I have to let it go. And I have to trust and obey and know that he is much bigger than this. There's so many amazing things that I'm seeing happening out of this pandemic, that people are coming together, people are helping each other, people are stepping up, people are reaching out to each other. And I just want to encourage you, if you're watching this and you're feeling not encouraged, if you're feeling alone, reach out to me. Reach out to someone that you know. Reach out to someone. Don't do this alone. Don't feel isolated. Don't allow those feelings to take over. There are people willing to walk alongside you. Just reach out. Be vulnerable. I want to end. I'm reading, I have this little book of mindfulness out of my counseling classes. This has been one of my mindfulness classes. Has been really good, and just being mindful and present of the moment. And this one is gratitude practices, and it's about writing it down. And it talks about gratitude and appreciation help us turn towards joy and gladness, which create chemicals of well-being and peace in our whole body. Studies show that the regular practice of gratitude and appreciation, including writing down the experiences you feel grateful for, can lead to better health, less stress, and more optimistic outlook on life. So the practice here is to find a spot where you can sit down and write in a notebook and meditate. So, as I shared, this is my notebook. And give yourself a few minutes and note down all the things you're grateful for, such as friendships, things about yourself, your body, your home, your pleasurable moments, your children, all those things. Write all that down. And then read through your list and internally give words of thanks to each point you noted. For example, thanks for my beautiful smile. Thanks for my special favorite mug. Thanks for my last holiday. When you give thanks, really tune into the five senses that as best as you can. How do you feel about them? What does that make you feel about all these things? Bring awareness to the moment. What are you grateful for right now? How does this feel in your body? Where do you feel it? Gently breathe and sit with gratitude for a little longer. When we calm our hearts down, when we calm our mind down and we start to think of the things we're grateful for, the fear lessens, the anxiety lessens, all of that just comes to a different place. So I just want to leave that encouragement with you today. I'll throughout the week maybe pop in and share a couple of more things that come to my mind. But right now, I just wanted to share my week. You know, it has been a very high, intense, emotional, stressful week for me. And I want to be honest with that. And I know many may feel the same way. And I want to say it's okay. And I want to say, but don't stay there. Reach out, grab someone you know and love, not physically right now, but phone them, text them, message them, FaceTime them. FaceTiming, we can FaceTime so easy now. Just 2 minutes or 2 or 3 minutes of just that FaceTiming and just saying, I miss you. I care for you guys. Okay. These are some of my worries. You pray together, talk it out. You will see how much better you feel once you start connecting again. So if you've been feeling isolated, I encourage you to connect. I encourage you to take some space for yourself to allow these feelings, and also the steps that some of the things that I've shared. I hope that they help, in all of it. Be blessed. Know that you're loved. Know that this is a season that we're all in this together, and none of us are alone. So I just want to leave you with that. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon.